And still, champion de Lima, Peru, Antonina, the Panther, Shevchenko.
What do you have to do to
you just keep going. You just come over and keep going if you can. It's not hard.
comparison? There'll never be no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen.
I'm training for every fight. I think like hard training, because I don't think like this. Oh, it will be easy fight, and so I preparing different. No, for every fight I preparing hard. So it includes the same for big fight, the same, including sparrings, of course, many technique, many exercises for technique, many combinations to work, running, many workouts, trainings I like to do, because nature give you power. You are getting better training on nature. So we do a lot of training in nature, and like the same trainings like we are doing almost every day. But of course, before the fight, it's high intensity. Sometimes it's double training a day. So before the fight, it's a little bit more harder and difficult than I'm doing, for example, now.
Okay. And so is this why you're up in Maine training?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, so is this why you're in Maine training?
Yes, I was here last 10 days before the fight. My preparation, I had like 10 days of my preparation here in Maine. And after the fight, we still staying here in Maine, but not training very hard, but training and resting.
Really? Okay. Well, I mean, that's your profession. That's what you do. So, and you're good at it. So, where do you get the nickname the Panther from?
Nickname gave me my coach, Kyle Fedotov, and traditionally nickname for fighters they give their coaches, and because they know their fighter and what he looks like. So, and before my first professional fight, my coach gave me this nickname, Panther.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's a pretty good name. I think it pretty much describes you in the ring too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, 'cause you move pretty fluid. Like, I watched, I watched you fight actually you and your sister fought a common opponent in Lena Landsberg, and
Mhm.
both of you guys, y'all move with such a fluidity. It's nice and smooth. Like, how did you become so graceful just in your movements?
I think it's thanks for for school of our coach. With trainings, how else? Only with trainings, hard works, many years of preparing trainings, doing techniques, different techniques, because I began from Taekwondo. I also participated in competition of Olympic boxing, but my main style, of course, it's Muay Thai. So with all this hard work, competition training, I think it's a result.
Hey, I do have a good. I actually do got a specific question. Because you're so good, and because you're really good at Muay Thai, do you have trouble finding opponents?
No, I don't think so that I have trouble to find opponents, because in World of Muay Thai, there are many good girls, strong girls. I try to be stronger to keep winning, but there are good girls, and every year they're stronger and stronger, because appearing many young fighters also. So level of female Muay Thai or female MMA, it's like every year higher and higher.
Okay, so who are you training for next? Like, what's the name of your opponent that you're preparing for?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh, okay. Um, who are you preparing for? Opponent.
Who I'm preparing now?
Yes.
I still don't know, because line fight still they didn't confirm me about the date and about my opponent. So now I'm kind of rest and waiting. So I hope it will be line fight 33 again here in Connecticut in Foxwood Casino, but still waiting for confirmation from them.
So, okay, how did you feel becoming the Lion Fight champion?
Very exciting, very much. Actually, we started to speak about my participating in Lion Fight in the beginning of this year, and of course, I was very very happy, because it's a proud to compete in such a big and best one of the best Muay Thai promotion of the world. So, and after signing contract, I have few months because I was competing in a World Muay Thai Championship of another organization in May, and I traveled to Sweden, and I won it. So, and after this, we confirmed about my first fight in July, and so I had my belt of Lion Fight, and now I'm defending my belt, and it's very exciting, very much.
So, okay, if it was a dream fight, somebody you really want to fight, who was that person?
I didn't hear good.
God bless me. I said, if there was a dream fight, who would you want to fight next? Like, let's say if the choice was up to you.
I'm a sport many years. So these years, many fighters, good fighters, they coming and then leaving. Then next generation coming and leaving. So I think for me, I have no name for my dream fight. I will fight with everyone, and from my category, from my weight, and exactly every fight for me now it's very. I very expect this. I very looking forward for it. So I could say that every fight for me it's my dream fight.
Wow, I've never heard anybody answer the question like that. That's okay. So I guess you just really appreciate the fact that you can get in there and just do the sport of Muay Thai.
Yes, because it's all my life. Martial arts, it's what I do all my life from the beginning, when my mother brought me in the gym of my coach. And all this more than 20 years, that's what I do. I'm like a fighter, like a martial artist, and I like to do it. I'm very glad that I'm doing what I love, and I really appreciate for my mother, for my coach to permit to do this and to help with it for me during all my life, and all my family, they very supported me every time.
Okay, but do you know how good you really are?
Uh, you know, I know that I come in, for example, there are special moments for me when I coming back from my fight, for example, the fight that I won, to the hotel, and this night that I'm sitting and I'm thinking how happy I am. And I think if I won, so I did everything properly. I did everything that my coach talked to me to do. So I think I did it. I could did like everything that we worked, and that's why I feeling good and I'm happy. That's what I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you are happy because I mean, you know, just the thought of talking about Muay Thai, you start smiling because that's what you do all day. I mean, that's good. I mean, it's great that you've managed to accomplish so much, you know, and you're still just 31, right?
Exactly.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, that's it's incredible.
Thank you very much.
And you've only had one loss in Muay Thai,
Yes.
right? Just
Yes.
one. So, okay, you had an MMA fight and you won that fight. Have you ever thought about going back over into MMA?
Exactly. I had not only one MMA fight. I had several MMA fights. So one fight, I think it's on Sherdog page, and it's only one. I don't know why, but it's only one. But I had several, but they was fights until year 2005. And from 2005, I started to compete and focus mainly in Muay Thai fights. And before now, I still focus in Muay Thai career. I'm training in grappling and wrestling because I train with my sister Valentina, and now she's UFC fighter. But for like career, for fight in future that I can see, I'm just will fight in Muay Thai.
Okay. Well, you fighting Muay Thai and you beating up a heck of a lot of people. I mean, I mean, it's good. It's good how well you're doing. So, okay, what what kind of mindset? Like, what do you when you're going to that ring? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
when you're approaching the ring, what are you thinking as you approach the ring?
This time I think only about fight, about my settings, like what to do. Wi- Exactly, I know what to do to win the fight, but I should only just do things properly. So if I have in my mind like to win this fight, I have to be in my style, keep the distance, have a good time. So in the to before the fight, I think about like properly to do all these things that we worked and that we set with our coach that we need to do. So before the fight, I think only about this thing, about the fight, about the techniques that I should use, about my movements, and that's all, I think.
Okay, so let's say if there's a young Muay Thai or a young person that wants to be a fighter, okay, what do you tell them?
To young guys and girls who want to be a fighter.
Yes.
Um, I think I will tell that they just have to love this to do it, and to do it so much times they want, and to do this sport or martial art like main or one of the main parts of their life.
And that's it.
I think yes.
Okay. My last couple of questions, and I know you got to get back because you're a busy woman, very busy. Um, what do you do when you face adversity, such as if you get hit with a good shot, if you get hurt during the fight? How do you handle that?
Just um because you handle mm, like always like always you handle on your trainings, because on every training you have the same, in the fight you have the same, so you know how to handle it. You just keep going. You just come over and keep going if you can. It's not hard. I mean, like knockdown, knockouts, or something like this.
Yeah, but you've never been knocked out
In
before,
the fight, no.
have you? Oh, okay. At
In
training,
training,
really?
we
Wow.
work
Okay. I,
we work a lot with guys, strong guys, and not not very like rare that they work on very strong, with all their strong and power.
because you're from
I was born in Kyrgyzstan.
are you
It's a Central
okay?
Asian country, and before it was part of Soviet Union. And now, it more than 8 years, me and my sister, we live in Peru. Yes, I
How
like
do you
it.
like Peru? Really? Oh, so
Sí,
do you
hablo
speak
español
Spanish?
también.
Okay. Mi un poquito español. Yo escuela de secundaria. I mean, that's about the extent of it. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Hey, do you have anything that you want to say to? Well, I guess you're gonna have a lot of new fans now after they watch this video, because I my audience is boxers. So yeah. So you have anything to say to your new audience and fans that's gonna keep
Just
up with
thank
you?
you for watching me. If you watching me and hear me, and only that Muay Thai, it's a very beautiful sport, and I think it's exciting to see it too. And they can also be interested in such great event like lion fight, just to see some spectacular fights also, not only in boxing but in Muay Thai, because Muay Thai it's like use very wide technique, elbows and knees and clinching and wrestling and kicks and punches, so it's very spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, especially watching your fight. It was. I mean, you were catching Capucci with that left hand.
I hope to have like
I mean,
on my next time, my next fight in November, and really appreciate it if my new audience will see it, and because it's broadcasting by AXS TV, so we'll appreciate this.
well, I tell you what. After your next fight, okay, I definitely want to have you back on the show and ask you about the fight, because I'm gonna be watching that fight. I watched your last fight, okay? I watched you at Lion Fight 31, and I told you from here on out, I'm watching all the Lion fights because I'm a new fan of Muay Thai. Because remember, I was a boxing fan. Now Muay Thai just, the matchups were good. They were very
Thank
good.
you
So yeah,
very much.
okay. Got anybody else you want to thank? You want to
Sure, my
thank
team,
anybody?
Bullet KO, my managers, Roger Allen, Pedro Caballero, Jim. I when I'm I train a lot in Thailand. When I'm there, I train and I represent Tiger Muay Thai gym in from Phuket, Thailand. When I'm in Houston, I train in Houston Muay Thai gym in Gracie Barra Draculino gym. So thanks for them too. My sponsor, Amber Sport Gear, also thanks a lot. And of course, my family, my mom, my sister Valentina, who supports me every time, every my fight, every single moment of my life, and of course to my coach for doing everything possible to me, like fighter and person.
Whenever you land a kick in Muay Thai, I noticed that your sister
I'm
is
sorry,
saying,
I didn't
"Hey."
understand. I didn't. Yes, sure, because it's tradition of Muay Thai when you see like especially it's in Thailand when two fighters fight and every like to support this they like do these things like a to show the judges their fighter is like kicking that he's better. So and in this fight Valentina I think did it like more louder than everybody.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, she was pretty loud. You can hear her on TV. We was watching on TV. You
Yes.
can hear her. Yeah, it was loud. But I enjoyed the fight. I enjoyed all the lion fights. So yeah, I'm kind of hooked on it now. So I've been looking to see when the next one is because I just didn't know that Muay Thai was really becoming popular.
Mm. I'm sorry, didn't hear good.
No, I said I didn't know that Muay Thai was becoming popular. It's
Sure,
becoming
it's
popular.
becoming popular here. I think here in United States, but in around the whole world, it's like sport very popular and very famous, and there are many fighters and who love this sport.
Well, I tell you what, I love this sport too now. Thanks to fighters like you, and thanks to there are a lot of Muay Thai fighters that I watched that lion fight. Listen, it's a good sport, and you work really hard at it. I mean, I can tell because I've watched a lot of video of you and your sister training, and you guys put a lot of time into what you're doing. You guys do. Y'all spend a lot of time. So yeah, I mean, it's probably harder than any training I've ever experienced. So I take my hat
Thank
off
you.
to you. And
Thank you.
actually,
Really
well, you're welcome.
appreciate these words.
Well, okay, great. And I appreciate you doing the interview. Guys, this is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison, okay? We're signing off with Antonina Shevchenko. We're out. I'm done.